Hello everyone. I want to show people what I'm doing with hemp. Hemp is a really interesting yarn. It's you know, there's a lot of people allergic to wool. It's an incredible yarn, it's an incredible seed, it's an incredible everything. This is what this looks like to start with. It's a big old rope of stuff. Now I compacted it quite a bit when I rinsed it. I tried to use the fixative to set the dye. It's great, but it's really lumpy now. So I start with the big old piece. I take this piece and I made two other pieces of it. Now the two pieces were this size. I split it in half. I made a very large rope. I just, as I try to show you where it is, I'm looking backwards at the camera right now. So just so you can see, I split it once. And here I've got my piece that I split once. I'm going to put it on the table in front of me. And then I took it, I split it again. I took this piece, which is a length of my larger piece. I split this one once. This is a split, a single split. This is the other half, right here. And so these two pieces equal this one piece. Oh, and I always forget, and I try to tuck in the end of the fiber. Now if I tuck it in too much, it'll just get buried and I'll lose it. So I always try to leave my fiber end out. And then I'm taking this piece and I'm splitting it one more time into a smaller line. So I'm actually just going to put this one right on the floor by my feet so that I can tug at it a little bit easier. There we go. That's down there. And now I have my two pieces, and I am slowly, now I've already done a lot of the movement like this. I've done the kinking, unkinking out and smoothing out the pieces. It's really easy to do, so it's done in the first two splits. It's the fabric, the yarn is not, the fiber is not too twisty at this point in time. So my splits I'm just concentrating more on splitting in half and then keeping it relatively straight. So here it comes. So here it comes. And here we go. I'm carefully going to wrap it up, and there's a couple of things you can do. I do like just a very nice loose wrap around my fingers, just to keep it good, not too tight, not too loose, all kind of, it's fluff. But I gotta pre-draft it too. Pre-drafting is wonderful. So here we go. I'll just continue drafting my two pieces. It's amazing, this stuff just sticks to itself. And this is the new thing that I do when I'm sitting in front of my television, and this is the first time I've just split this apart too much. I split that lengthwise while we were sitting here. So now what I'm going to do is, because it's apart too much, I'm going to take my two ends and splay them apart a bit. And then I'm just going to blend them back together. There. Hopefully you saw most of that in the camera lens. I'm trying to keep my legs centered. It's tough. This part I'll get used to where the camera is eventually. I've tilted the screen so I can see myself. Hello. See? Here we go. It's really one of those funny things. It's an over-the-shoulder camera angle. Not quite used to that angle. Here's another split, and I'm just going to... Not surprising that it's split on one side versus the other side. I was looking at the camera there, I wasn't looking at what I was doing. And away we go. Okay, and now I think there's enough that I'm going to take the ends and I'm going to roll them again. I'm going to start wrapping them up again. Carefully. No longer, can't yank on the fabric too much anymore. Just got to keep it nicely wrapping through. Where I see I need a little bit of twist, I'll just twist a little bit and get those tangling together a little bit so that they hold on to each other. That's one side. Then I'll take the other side and I'll wrap it up too. It's not very neat from the very first wrapping. I just got to find my end. And here it comes. There's no more plant bits. Again, plant bits I could easily take out in the first two splittings. Okay, so I'm done with my two pieces. They're sitting down here below my work. And while I still have a moment, I'll also show you the other pieces that I'm working with. Let's see. I'm going to show it to you like this. Two pieces will go together. For now, I'm going to hold them together with a rubber band, and I have a pencil sharpener so that I can sharpen the end of my spindle. Plus, I'm probably going to, there's a huge amount of length to it. I'm probably going to cut it at a different spot, like about there. But this is what I'm going to use to spin when I'm ready. I'm getting ready. I'm happy about that. Is there Canadian hemp yarn available? So this will be hand spun in Canada. That's the best I can do for Canadian hemp yarn. Canadians don't produce hemp for fiber yet. I went to the Canadian Alliance for Hemp, and all I found were farmers who are making seeds. So I don't think anybody is making fiber in Canada just yet. Now this fiber came from Acme Fibers, and I believe they got their fiber from Louette. I'm definitely going to have to deal with this one. I can feel it getting thin as I'm pulling it apart here for the drafting. So. Now let's just get this rolling up. As I have an appreciable length ready, and then let's get the other side.